Hello, welcome to a new episode of Use Up Pins. I am your interim host, Easton, and with us we have Trent's dad and Trent's sister, who, I'm taking over Tristen's spot as the host because Tristen is taking over Andrea's spot as not Tristen's mom, but the other guest. So, or not Trent's mom.
Or my mom.
Or her own mom. I guess, yeah, that's true.
Whose mom?
I am my
Trent's
own mom.
aunt.
Just kidding.
You created yourself, yeah. This episode we're going to be talking about Trent's hobbies.
Trent. We're going to talk about Trent.
Yeah, we're actually talking about Trent this time. We're talking about his hobbies, activities, what he does for fun for himself. Leisure. Yep.
Leisure.
That's what we're talking about on today's episode. Before we get started, if you like what you're listening to, and you like to support Trent, go subscribe to his Patreon, where you get a lot of exclusive content, and you also get exclusive merch if you go on a high enough tier. So if you're a fan of Trent and you want to support him, that is a fantastic way of doing so. Another way is to buy any of his merch. All of that goes back to Trent and his future. So go support his business, support his art, by listening to this, following, and buying things from his store.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
What all they say.
Yep. All of those. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Follow.
Leave us a 5-star review.
If you buy something, I guess that would be a good thing to do. But
can't they leave reviews on the podcast?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just thinking YouTube now. But yeah, we're also on podcast audio. But we have new merch all the time. So whenever you're listening to this, we've got new merch. A lot of our merch is limited time. So go look.
Exclusive.
Yeah, go sign up to the newsletter, because we have people all the time that are like, "Oh, do you still have this shirt that you sold 8 months ago?"
No,
we had it. We buy a certain amount, and once they're gone, we make a new shirt. So if you want to make sure that you're getting the shirt you want, and the design that you think are dope, make sure to sign up for the newsletter. Dope. Now we will get started on the episode. Talk about his hobbies.
Before we talk about his hobbies, what immediately I thought of that we didn't talk about pre-show was like he failed. Like he didn't fail, but
I don't know where this is going.
I don't know where you're going.
Okay, Heartspring. He had leisure thing on his IEP every year.
Almost everybody does.
I know, but he was terrible at it.
Almost everybody is.
They were always like, oh, he just really doesn't. We're like, well, what did you expect?
That's a hard skill to teach.
Yeah.
Entertain
yourself. It just comes naturally.
So what we're talking about
myself all day
is when we have free time, we like to do things for leisures. We have things that we like to do. We call them hobbies. We call them activities, just things that we like to do that we do when we have free time.
What are some of your leisure activities?
Are you asking me? Okay. Yeah. Well,
video games.
I absolutely love movies.
Some examples.
Yep. I absolutely love watching movies. I like going to the theater. I like reviewing them. I like talking about them. I just am very involved in the cinema world. I would like to make them.
About movies. If you want to engage with Easton, just ask him about some dumb movie. He's probably seen it and has an opinion about it.
I do. And
even if he hasn't seen it, he's got an opinion.
I probably both of those are true. I do try to watch the movies. Like I have a letterbox that you can go follow. Some more Ivy, where have seen 2,200 movies in my life and continue to watch more. Anyways, but I also play video games. I used to love running before I couldn't do that anymore. I don't know, what are my other hobbies?
I'm gonna gaslight you a little bit.
You're going to gaslight
What
me?
he doesn't like is mowing the lawn.
I do not like mowing the lawn at all.
So that is not a leisure activity for you.
It is not.
It's a chore.
I do not have a green thumb. So, yeah, I do not have, I don't like doing that in my free time. I don't like landscaping, and that is some people's hobbies, is landscaping and growing things. That is not one of mine. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess those are some examples. Some people also like playing golf. Some people, I play softball. On? Yeah, there's someone.
Sometimes you like to write. You like to think about writing.
Sometimes he likes to
I like to write?
Yeah.
I've never... Oh, you mean like scripts?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a book or whatever, journal. And I'm like, I have never even attempted to write a short novel thing. But yes, like I said, I like cinema enough. I like film enough that I would like to shoot my own movies. So yes, I like to attempt and think about different scripts and what to do with them, and think about things I'll never be able to do.
There you go.
A script about somebody who doesn't like to mow the lawn.
In the world.
So my lawn is not mowed, if you could not tell from the way this is going. And the only reason why it's not mowed is because I don't have gas in my lawnmower, and I also have ADHD, and so I don't think about the fact that I don't have gas until I go to turn on my lawnmower and it doesn't have gas, and then I don't think about ever putting gas. So that's where that's at.
See, I'm gaslighting.
It's not gaslighting at all, but.
She's talking about gas. But here's the deal. I mow the lawn. I mow lawn. I like lawn.
But that is because he has a $600 sit-down lawnmower that he just drives around outside.
And the yard big enough for it.
Let's say it was $600.
The point is,
it's a hustler riding
How
mower.
am I supposed to? I've never mowed a lawn in my life.
See, that's my point though. Is it's a little nicer to mow a lawn when you just sit down and drive around.
Okay, but your lawn is like 10 square feet.
That's also true. Yeah.
Anyway,
and honestly, I don't have a problem mowing it. I just don't think about getting gas. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyways, Tristen, what are some of your hobbies?
Oh, we're taking turns.
You've
like,
started
let's
this.
get the focus off of me.
I like to read books.
She does. She likes to read lots of books.
I used to.
She likes to fall asleep to them too.
I used to only read nonfiction.
That's a Kindle.
And then it's my Kindle. I keep that near and dear
and then
to my
I
heart.
gave her a nonfiction book, and she never turned back.
That's true. No, you gave me a fiction book.
That's what I meant to say. That's very true.
I still like reading nonfiction, especially about North Korea, but I have to be in the right mindset for that because life is just too crazy.
She's so weird about North Korea.
She has a love-hate relationship with it.
Ask me about it. I'd love to tell you.
We should get her a shirt.
Ask me about North Korea.
And that's like the one talking about those shirts that you lift up.
Oh, yeah.
It says like, ask me about my, and you lift up as Kim Jong-un. That would be so funny.
By the way, all of you out there, we have a Freedom shirt that has 2 hot dogs on it.
2 hot dogs.
Yeah.
It says,
if you're in North Korea, you can't buy it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No,
probably
that is true.
Tastes like freedom, baby.
Tastes like freedom. My slogan was ask me about my wiener, and they both turned it down. So that's where that was going. So you guys had a really dope shirt, but somebody not named, somebody that rhymes with Dory
we
turned it down.
That idea pretty quick.
Okay, so I like to read.
It's late, guys. We're having fun.
I like to sing. I like movies too, but not as.
You have
not
more
as
of
intense.
a hobby of watching movies.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
not
an
a
obsession,
fixation.
and to where I am in love with them. Yeah.
Fixation. Yeah.
Not an external fixation.
I like to
movies.
cook sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, I like making weird stuff like applesauce and
protein balls.
Weird
protein
homesteady
balls.
stuff. She likes to make weird homesteady stuff.
Ooh, I like juicing my
She'll
own
say,
juices.
"Ooh, you know what? I want to make
my own
tacos. I'm going to make my own tortillas at 6:30 at night,
Yeah,
and we
I
haven't ate
think-
dinner. And then it's
Nobody
11:30,
makes me juice my own juice.
and then it's 11:30, and we're like, dinner's ready.
Yeah, and then I
that's
feel
pretty
really
terrible.
bad, and I am angry eating, and then
Yeah, because she has to work the next morning, and
Man.
I'm getting better about
no,
that.
she doesn't
though.
do that as often. That happened.
Nobody gets hangry like Tristen.
It's
Oh
true,
my
actually.
goodness.
I have been on the wrong end of that hangry a few too many times. And I just shove a strawberry in her mouth and say,
Actually,
to your room.
"Go to your room."
You say, I think you need to eat some food, and I'm like, I think you need to shut up. And then I'm like, okay, I do need food.
She's being a little bit mean on herself. She has learned to listen to when I say, I think you're
Yes,
need some
she
food.
has learned some coping.
Thank you. I like learning about
North Korea.
You also like macrame? You like
I do
doing
like macrame. I haven't done it in a long time, but I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I like learning about women's cycles.
Oh, that's
Oh my
such a weird
goodness.
thing to say.
I do though.
Why?
I know a lot about it.
What's there to know?
Oh, so much, Dad.
I'm not gonna ask.
Seed cycling. What else?
Okay. Well, anyways,
Anything.
we'll move on.
Yeah, let's move on from that.
Why are you guys being so weird about that?
It's just a weird thing to say as your hobby.
Winry.
It is. You gotta learn about it.
You're pregnant
Anyways,
already. What's
more
the point?
normal hobbies are like I'm a huge football fan. I love the Chiefs. I go to games all the time. I love the
Cowboys.
Royals. Yeah,
Woo,
she
go
likes
Cowboys.
They like losers, and
Easton more.
we all these are all hobbies that we all like doing. We have we're 3-time champs over the last 5 years. We haven't won anything
Okay,
since the
that's
80s.
what's gonna
That's
happen.
new, okay? You can't just say that.
I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna mow a Cowboys star in your front yard.
Do it.
I'm gonna spray paint it blue.
Cool. If you want everyone to think your daughter's a loser, I'm just kidding. Going too hard.
Too far, Easton.
First, you guys are mad at me for bringing up cycles, and now you're throwing this in my face. I don't appreciate it.
Welcome to the Used Up Pins podcast.
Where we actually are not talking about Trent. We're just talking about our own
Dad,
hobbies
what are
and
your
make fun of each
hobbies?
other's. We already talked about Dad's hobbies.
My hobbies
sorry.
are taking care of your mother right now. That's my hobby.
I don't think you guys understand what hobbies are because you've named
I said hobbies.
leisure.
Yes.
We're leisure activities.
Yeah.
So
Leisure activities.
we've all stated some hobbies that we have. So now let's go
Wait,
back
did
to.
Dad already talk about his?
I thought he did.
No.
Oh, it's fine.
What are your hobbies?
I thought that was him
I
talking about
enjoy
lawn mowing.
watching football when it's football season.
He said lawn
I
mowing.
enjoy that. I like watching. I like to watch movies
You
too,
like taking
but I watch
care of
them
the
for
yard.
entertainment. I don't watch them so I can discuss them for 16 hours afterwards. And yes, I do enjoy like mowing the yard and taking care of it. And
The pool,
the pool. I like to
popcorn.
date your mom. Not your mom, her mom.
I hope you're not dating
I
my
hope you're
mom.
not dating his mom.
No. I was talking about their moms. Like that sounded
Oh.
weird. Not
You pointed to me.
yeah. No, I was pointing to them, not
Okay.
your mom. Not your mom either. Your mom.
Tristan's mom.
My mom.
Does your mom even listen to this?
Nope.
Okay, good.
She doesn't support me. What are you talking about? That's a joke, guys.
So anyway, yeah, lots of stuff.
Okay, so Trent, who has
Yes, Trent.
level 3 in his nonverbal, level 3 autism and his nonverbal, it's difficult for him to figure out hobbies that he wants to do in his leisure time. It's hard for him to have those. And so it's hard for him to do these things off the top of his head. So he has to be prompted to do a lot of the things that he does. And so what are some of the things that he does that he doesn't have to be prompted for? 'Cause
Oh.
most of what he does, we'll talk about both. But first,
Okay.
what are the things that he loves to do that he doesn't even have to be prompted for? He just does when he's got free time, which is all the time.
What he's doing upstairs probably right now. There's
Watching a
two
movie?
big things that he does. And one of them is he has a movie on his iPad or TV or whatever.
It's hurting. Sorry.
Whether that's a animated movie
Yeah,
or live action,
Yeah, live action movie. He likes
in English,
he likes a
in
lot
any
of
language,
movies, especially
knows-
movies with animals.
Yeah.
So we take him, like, we just went and watched the new Planet.
We've watched a lot. We
Kingdom of the
watched
Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We watched King Kong versus Godzilla, and
Yeah,
we watched
yeah.
Garfield because there are
Right.
a lot of movies with.
So he has his
animals in
iPad
it.
with him all the time. So he has movies on, or he's watching YouTube something, or he's watching whatever he watches.
YouTube is usually music, so he likes listening to music, and it's
listen to
usually the
music.
same, maybe 28
Device.
songs
Yeah.
on repeat. But
So on his device, he either has music or he has a movie playing. And the other thing is things associated with drawing, things he's drawn in the past, and he kind of perseverates on them. That's the right word, right?
Yep.
sure,
And so he's constantly getting out a phone book or a sketch pad that he's drawn in the past and going through that. And I think memorizing the pages that his drawings are on, and then he stems on them and gets real happy about it. And so he's doing those things. He's been looking at some coloring books lately, last few days. Coloring books that he's colored in. He doesn't color very often, but once in a while he does. And so he's been pulling those coloring books out and stemming on them. But That's about
He
like
goes in the backyard on his own.
he does walk
to
around.
walk
Yeah, the other
around.
day he went in the backyard and like clear around to the back, and he watched. And we have cameras out there, so we watched him, just walking back and forth, and he just paces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does also like reading animal books, whether that's animal facts or
Yeah,
looking at pictures
those
of animals.
fact cards he has.
Yeah,
Those animal fact cards, or that.
He is very protective over those fact
that
cards.
But he also
that
has
3-ring binder he has of
everywhere.
Wildlife.
Everybody talks about how I used to have one of those when I was a kid. I'd never seen them before, but animal. Yeah, some kind of animal.
I have him
facts
quite
or
often
something.
now, and I let him do like his own thing when he's here, so he can just relax and do whatever. And I see him reading his animal book a lot, and he'll legitimately. Sometimes he'll just look at the pictures, but other times he'll go through and read the animals off. He'll go to the very back of the book, which is a index or something, and he'll just go through and read the list of animals. And he does that. I'm not like, hey, go read your book.
Yeah.
He's just in there
Does
doing
that
his own
on his own,
thing,
yeah.
and. So I've seen.
He likes to alphabetize his animals when he sets them out. When he's at somewhere and he has his animals with him, he sets them out. They're almost always in alphabetical order.
Yeah,
just kind of interesting.
When he's at home, he has like a collection of DVDs, and he'll like pull one out, watch like a clip of it, and then he'll put it back and grab another one.
Well, he'll also sit down, like he has a little bookshelf kind of thing of all the DVDs. And he'll sit down and he'll like pull a bunch of them out and stack them up on the floor, and then he puts them back in. I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked for a while, but I'm pretty sure all of his DVDs are in alphabetical order.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
So he likes order. Things were like when he was a little kid, things always had to be in order, but they were in the order in his head for whatever reason. And if you moved them out of, like we did it sometimes just to mess with him.
Line up his animals all the time.
Yeah. Remember he had those VeggieTales characters, and they always had to be in the same, I don't remember what the order was, but it was, Laura the carrot and Bob the tomato and Larry the cucumber. They were always in the same order when he set them down somewhere. And
I
if
remember
you
those
moved them,
animals or those toys, but I don't remember that. I was probably
were doing
6.
other things. You were doing other leisure activities. Anyway, has a few things that he does, but they're mostly just sitting and
90% of what he does is watching movies, listening to music, and drawing.
Yeah.
I mean,
looking at his
also
drawings.
sometimes he just sits there and rocks.
Yeah, likes to rock.
But even then, usually there's a movie on his iPad, even if he's not watching it.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing he's done lately is he'll put a show on a TV, and he often watches movies without any volume. So he'll put a show on one of the TVs, and then he leaves the room.
Yeah.
Or he sits down at the dining room table and does something completely different. That's just on over there.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
But those are the things he does.
The best is when,
On
you're
his
downstairs working, doing stuff, and you have something on. He comes down, starts something, and then leaves.
And that, yeah.
He doesn't do
One
that too
time-
often, but he does do it sometimes.
One time I asked him if he wanted to watch a movie with me. He said yes. And so he came downstairs and we had a movie on, and I fell asleep to the movie. Once he realized I was asleep, he just went upstairs.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. I often am like, hey, Trent, you want to go down and watch a movie? Yes. So we go down there. We go through this whole big thing about him helping me pick out what movie to watch. And then we started, and a few minutes into it, he's like, he just leaves, gets up and leaves.
He's over
And
it.
guess what he does? He goes upstairs and he gets his book or his phone book, his whatever, and he sits down and he puts another movie on and gets his iPad out and he listens to music, and he's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So those are some things that he does just on his own that he's found that he likes
Consistently.
and just does on his own. But what are things that he likes, but you have to prompt him to do? Like that he likes to do it, but he won't just do it on his own.
Well,
So you have to prompt him to do it.
he was swimming the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really weird. So
He loves being in the water, though.
he really enjoys being in the water, but we got the pool going. We had to put a new liner in it this year, and there's some things going on, and just So I was like, hey, it's probably warm enough, Trent. You want to get in the pool? So Trent, you want to go swimming? Yes. I'm like, okay. So I start going and like get his stuff, like make sure he's got a swimsuit in his drawer or whatever. And then he's just like not there. Like, let's go get your swimsuit. He's just not there. And then I'm hollering, hey, Trent, do you want to go swimming? Yes. Okay, here's your swimsuit. And then he just like, it just over and over and over, like every single thing. He said yes
like
every
step
time.
Of the way.
And he knows he can
just
say
would
no.
not move.
Like he knows he can say no, and he
Yeah.
will say no
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to. But he's
But he
deciding to
acted
say
like-
yes, and he's
Yeah,
acting
and
excited,
then
but he won't
not-
go and do it.
Yeah. His actions were like, so it wasn't fitting. And I was just like, dude, come on. You said you wanted to go swimming.
And
Let's
all
go.
of us were outside with Mom.
Yeah. And once he got in there, he was fine. He was in there probably 30 minutes
yeah.
or something. He had a
He
great
was
time.
happy.
But yeah, he did not want to do that. There are other things we think, like, I don't think he likes doing this all the time, but I think sometimes he enjoys going for a walk. But he would never prompt. He would never do that on his own. He would never say walk or something. But if we say, hey, Trent, let's go for a walk. But we've learned, like, if you say, do you want to, whatever, he'll
say no.
He'll say no, maybe say no. And so we have to say, hey, Trent, let's go for a walk. Or
Because he's not mad about it.
we're
He would
going
just
for a walk.
prefer
Yeah, he just would
to be
not.
at home.
Yeah, he wouldn't prefer to do it.
Yeah.
That's not what you asked, but I just was thinking about the walk thing.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes
it's kind of like we talk about this when I was an ABA, but it's like if you're not okay with either answer, if you're giving them a choice, like, hey, are you ready? If you're not okay with them saying no, then don't give them the option.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like with Trent, we're going on a walk as a family.
Yeah.
Let's go for
Let's
the
go.
walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hey, we're gonna go for a walk.
Yeah. And he certainly handles that much better than this kind of nebulous up in the air.
Yeah.
Do you want to like?
And then
Like,
he's like,
he's
no.
still-
And then you're like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And he's like,
For
I told
years,
you
I don't know how many years, long time, years. Every morning that we're at home, Trent gets up and he has a Boost breakfast drink every morning. This is what he does. And so almost every morning, often mornings, I get up, I come upstairs. If I wasn't in the room when he got up and came out, my question is, hey, Trent, did you get a Boost? Or did you have your breakfast drink? I say. And almost every single time he says yes. And I have no idea whether he actually had his drink
Yeah.
or not.
Well, it's like when you ask him, have you taken your pills?
Yeah. And then he says yes, and then he gets up and goes, take some. You're like, wait a minute, that doesn't.
Yeah.
So I have to like look in the trash can to see if he's thrown it away or if he has it. But because he just doesn't get that, like the going for a walk thing or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, other things that he does with prompting.
Oh, yeah.
He'll
Legos.
do a puzzle.
Oh, puzzles. Yeah.
Although there was one time I had a puzzle out.
He
It was that
has
Dr.
gotten
Seuss
puzzles out
one.
sometime by himself.
Every
Not
once
very
in a
often.
while. Yeah.
But normally it's
yeah,
something
normally
that's
you'll
prompted.
have to.
Yeah.
You have to be like, Trent, do you want to do a puzzle?
And
Sometimes they'll say
sometime-
yes. Sometimes they'll say no.
The last time your mom asked him if he wanted to do a puzzle, he got super excited, and they went in and picked one out, and they brought it out, and he did it on the floor in the kitchen. And then he got up and went into his room and got another one. Like, he was super into it. He was all about puzzles for, 45 minutes or something. And then,
Yeah.
and then that was it. But he wouldn't he just go
He
and
doesn't
get
think
that
of
on
it.
his own.
Yeah. Yeah. But Legos, he'll do Legos if you ask him,
Yeah.
like you said.
And he has a ton of Jurassic, it's like all the Jurassic Park Lego sets.
Because people want to
Because his
buy them for him.
nice fans have bought them for him. And
even
so
before that, he had a lot.
he opens them up and he takes out the dinosaur parts and he puts the dinosaurs together. And then the rest of the kit goes on. So
Unless you
we have to work on it.
Yeah, I was
with
like, unless
him.
you prompt him over and over again, hey,
Yeah.
let's do the rest of this. And
We have one
and it's-
or two like long form videos on his YouTube channel of him just putting Legos together. And it's really actually entertaining.
Well, there you go. You can go check those out.
He makes a lot of noises. It's the ASMR thing we mentioned the last one. He makes a lot of noises. He giggles. You can hear him sticking the things together, and it's really kind of cool to watch.
Hopefully
him
not chewing
do
Tootsie
it,
Rolls.
not chewing that. But he follows the directions really well and puts those together. But that's not something he would really choose on his own. He can do it, and he's good at it.
He thrives when he knows exactly what he's supposed to do, and that's what the instructions do. So he won't.
That, yeah.
I
mean, it takes out a part of the processing of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he wouldn't ever create something on his own. Like Trevor used to.
Trevor and TJ would just build whatever.
Yeah, like
maybe that's why
extravagant.
Maybe that's why Trent would go in and break their Lego sets because they weren't by the instructions.
They weren't following the directions.
Maybe.
Follow the instructions, you heathens.
Yeah. Everybody knows Trent is a fantastic artist, but did you know that he has a store full of all kinds of cool stuff featuring his art? Things like short sleeve t-shirts,
long sleeve t-shirts, sweatshirts,
and hoodies, along with coloring books, and Trent's illustrated book, Drawn to Be You. Insulated tumblers, 3 different styles.
Insulated wine tumblers, 2 different colors.
And a camper mug in 3 different colors.
With the moose kissing a goose.
During the year, we have special gift boxes. We've got surprise box for birthday or special occasion, and several limited edition coloring books every year.
Drawings by Trent is a business that is providing for Trent's future. The business is also helping Trent's art and message reach people all over the world. So check it out at drawingsbytrent.com. That's drawingsbytrent.com.
I read them. This is not.
Do you remember?
This is not up to code.
Yeah.
TJ had like the White House or something Lego kit when we lived.
Remember, I was also
lived on
a kid
Denver
as well.
And what?
I was also a kid as well, so I don't remember everything like Mom would.
But you're filling in for Mom, so.
Oh, sorry.
Should have downloaded her knowledge.
Into her brain really quick.
So I went and got this like White House. It had a lot of pieces. They were all white, This
obviously
White House thing of TJ's, and brought it down for Trent to do. And I think that was the first Lego Trent ever built. Huh. And he just boom, just did it.
Was that something subtle that Trent wanted to be in the White House? Wanted to run for president someday?
No, but we have had some of the social media fans say Trent for president.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that
was a bad idea.
How that would work, yeah. You'd be like, hey, Trent, you want to nuke that country? Yes.
Well.
And then, but he may not. But he would say yes because that's what he does. Mm-hmm. He cannot be trusted.
He cannot be trusted with the new codes is what you're saying?
That's right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else he does.
Well, I'll say that it's not a hobby, but he has to be prompted to eat, which is really funny.
Well, he does get angry.
Yes, I know, but he will
not
not just be like, "Hey, can I have dinner, please?"
Yeah,
or dinner or food.
He won't remind you.
Sometimes he'll go in the kitchen at home anyway. He'll go in the kitchen and he'll make
grab
himself
popcorn.
a sandwich or.
Oh, I've never. He has not ever done that.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he'll make himself a peanut butter sandwich.
I've never seen that here. So.
And he slathers the peanut butter. I'm like,
we don't normally have bread though.
Tons of peanut butter.
He does do a lot of peanut butter.
I wish you'd do.
So he does it right.
Homemade bread because I could have it then.
Okay.
Your mom won't make homemade bread for me.
I smother the peanut butter on there.
You do.
Oh.
It's like
butter. I make sure
butter.
every little area on a piece of toast has butter on it. Trent just mounds of butter or peanut butter, whatever he's putting on.
But he does it himself, so
he does himself, and we let him to do it. We let him because that's an independent thing. And
we were just talking about prompting, and I have to prompt him a lot on what he wants to eat, and it's never something like, "What do you want to eat?"
Or ready for lunch? What do you want? Yeah.
Hey, I'm hungry. Can I have this?
Yeah.
It's
you always have to give him options.
Yeah. I was about to say.
Yeah. And this one's more of a hobby, but the movie theater. He does like going to the movie theater, but it's something that you have to be like, do you want to go to the movie theater to watch this? Yeah. And he'll say no. Like, I have tried to get him to watch several movies in the theater because I'm a movie guy. I want to go to the movie theater.
Yeah, but you wanted to take him to dumb movies.
Not true.
Okay.
There have been a couple times though, like we've been like, okay, we could go see this with Trent, or we could go see this, and then we show him the trailers, and he chooses.
Yeah. And I've also shown him trailers, and he's like, no. Like,
did you show him the trailer for Oppenheimer?
No.
He said no.
No, I'm not going to show him Oppenheimer. Though there was something in the theater earlier this year. Like I've tried to get him to watch Studio Ghibli because they're animated. They have a lot of animals, so I think he would like it. He has said no to every single one I've prompted.
Not interested.
But there is another one that looked right up his alley that he said no to. But then on the other end, like I prompted him to go watch Paw Patrol. He was all over it.
Yeah.
Loved the entire time we were there. He was making happy noises like crazy. We went and watched Garfield recently, and he was happy for the most. I think there was something at one point, but that's just
Maybe
Trent.
one time.
Yeah, that's just Trent. It had had nothing to do with the movie. It was just
Trent
unrelated.
and Garfield are like kindred spirits.
He did love it.
Except for the lasagna. If the lasagna it wasn't lasagna, it was chicken nuggets.
A lot of pizza. There's a lot of pizza in this one.
Pizza. Yeah. Trent's basically the Garfield of the family.
Okay. Disregard whatever Corey says, really. But
It's late.
yeah, it is. So those are two that I can think of that
Yeah.
I prompt him to. I mean, food's not really a hobby, but the movie is something that I prompt him to do.
But he's
He likes
not
doing.
interested in we see other and now on social media there's a lot of more individuals with autism doing things, and so I've seen some that are like doing weightlifting or exercise or whatever, and they're like Trent has zero interest in anything that stretches him physically.
Rocking is the
Except,
only.
as we talked about in the last one, he will get on the vibration board, and
We don't need to talk 10 more minutes about the
and
vibration
it will
board,
go,
but
and he seems to like that. So
Yeah.
keep doing it.
he also likes getting his back popped by you
Oh yeah,
You prompt him to
He
do
likes
that?
to go to the chiropractor.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
and massages.
He likes massages. Yeah.
So those are
bougie.
some other.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Quite bougie.
Thank you, fans. You're the one that provides that for Trent. So
Oh yeah.
kind of.
He's
Okay.
got his whatever he's got. He's got champagne taste on. Yeah.
Don't know
don't
what
know
phrase
what
you're
the-
going for here.
On a beer budget, is that what they say?
I don't know.
You're coming up with one of these 1960s phrases you grew up with that we have never heard of. So
80s. It was the 80s, Easton.
Okay, well we'll wrap
He's
up on
getting
the
me back
last.
for all the lawnmower cracks I
Yeah.
made at the beginning of the podcast.
We've got we'll have one little question here, and then we can wrap it up on today's episode about hobbies.
Another question.
When you walk into a room and you see him doing one of his hobbies, like which one of those hobbies just make you chuckle? Like
yeah.
just something that he does that's so niche to Trent
Yeah.
that you think is like, it's just funny, his little quirk on how he does this thing.
Yeah.
It just, you walk in and you chuckle. Like for me, it was really funny just hearing name, like I could just hear from his room,
Oh.
like he was saying them out loud. So I just heard name,
Like, I like
name
Alligator
of animals. Yeah.
Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah. For, 10 minutes. Just,
Yeah.
so, I mean, you guys have, I'm sure,
Just
funnier
reciting
stories than that, but something like that. That's just funny to walk in and see something weird.
I think,
quirky
okay, there
Trent.
was, well, first of all, anytime he is verbalizing anything, it's just,
That's
it's,
fair.
It's cool to see because he doesn't do that. He has I don't know where he got it, but he has a SpongeBob comic book. SpongeBob SquarePants
I
comic book.
forgot about that.
And it's obviously from the show, but there's a few pages where the nematodes come and they eat his house, and he reads it. Oh no, it's gone! It's all gone. And he just recite. He will sit like we've seen him sit there with that comic book and just read the same pages over. And he laughs. He's so funny.
He thinks it's so funny.
Oh my goodness! He just giggles and goes on and on. And then of course, he remembers every single thing.
Yeah.
He reads or sees or draws or whatever. So then he'll just recite those things from memory later. And
Trent does
always fun.
find pain, death, and misfortune as absolutely hilarious.
He does.
I watched him today watch Hercules, and the only thing he watched from that was Hercules shooting the little goat person
Oh yeah.
out of a bow and arrow. He like accidentally shoot him out of a bow and arrow and get stuck into the target. He rewinded that and just watched him get shot out on accident about 28 times. And then there's the Jurassic Park one, and just the things that he says,
he
you know,
does
stolen
like watching
cookie, and
Yep.
I guess
getting
this.
squashed or whatever. Yeah.
One of my favorite.
Simba dying.
Mufasa dying.
Mufasa dying.
yeah,
He watches that scene over and over and over again.
Well, and in the theater.
Oh, he's
Don't you
cracking
remember?
up. Yes.
It was so quiet. We were watching the live action one, all of us.
When it first came out.
Yeah.
In the theaters.
Yeah, in the theater.
Sold out.
And Mufasa was dying, and Trent's just laughing.
Just cracking up.
And we were like, yeah. We're like,
It's like
Yeah.
inappropriate.
yeah.
So he
don't want to
finds-
get yelled at in the theater. It was pretty funny though.
Oh,
It
man.
was funny for us.
Can we talk about Trent's struggle with like appropriate emotional responses to things?
That's another episode. Okay, I have two things. One
Okay.
of my favorite recitations, is that a word?
Yeah, it is now.
Sure. That Trent has done is from VeggieTales. But he said, I think it's one of my favorites because it had so much emotion that you don't hear, like,
Trent say
yeah.
use
Yeah.
very often. Yeah.
And he said, "Get out of my office."
Oh yeah,
That was so
yeah,
funny.
it was. And so many
And
of
it
those
was
things
so
come up at just
random.
random times.
Yeah, it was
And
so
he
random.
just-
And I was like, what? And then he's like, "Get out of my
Get out
office."
of my office.
Oh no. Yeah, anyway, so that was really funny. And the second one is I love when I walk into a room he's playing Minecraft.
Oh yeah,
That's my
he is
that's one of my
hilarious
favorites.
on Minecraft. He is so. it
And
is
now it's on
fun
his
to
iPad?
watch him.
So
He was playing it
We
the other day.
keep
in
plays it a
the
lot.
basement.
We keep talking about getting him
a Let's
his
Play
own
computer
world or whatever, and I don't know,
server.
thing, yeah, where he can do Minecraft stuff and people can watch him while he's on.
Well, when it first was big, TJ
yeah,
got in the world with him. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
They were in the world
In
together.
the same server. Yeah.
Okay. And so TJ was basically like spying on him.
yeah. TJ's little character guy would just float around and like watch what Trent
Watch
was
Trent.
doing.
Yeah.
Because Trent like builds stuff in there.
Yeah. So
He tears stuff down. He
the
builds
only
stuff.
if you did something like that where people could go into it, they would be able to do stuff and they would mess
Well,
with.
I heard there was a way to allow people to watch what you're doing, but they can't interact with you,
Maybe.
which would
I'm
be
not
the
a
only way it would
I'm a
work
game
with
person, but I'm not
Anyway.
a Minecraft person.
yeah.
So
TJ came to us after they'd been playing together for a while, and he said that TJ wanted to know what Trent would do if he was next to him, like next to his character.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. Did he
Oh, I remember.
dig a hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did several things. One of the first things he did was
And he like trapped him.
TJ's character like came down and stood next to Trent, and so you watch it like first person,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's first person.
So TJ's staring at Trent, little character on the thing, and Trent digs a hole under TJ. TJ falls in it, and then he
buries
puts
him.
the ground back on top
Yeah,
of him.
yeah.
So he's stuck. And then one time, Trent had built a house, like windows and door and whatever.
Wow.
And TJ walked into it to check it out, and Trent's character was like looking at him. And then he walked out, and took away the door.
Yeah, he like
just
trapped him inside.
Trapped him inside the house.
He trapped himself or trapped
He
TJ?
trapped
No, he trapped
TJ.
TJ.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, quit watching me, dude. But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he was on there. He was on Minecraft a while back, like just in the last month or two.
TJ or
Trent.
Okay.
Trent.
I've seen him on
he
it a
just
lot.
randomly,
Yeah.
we just see him on there.
Which I guess that's something that he gets on
Yeah.
without prompting because we don't
It's
know.
true.
Yeah, we don't know when
It's
he
just
does
on his iPad. And it really stinks is I feel like 90% of the time that he's on it is like right before we have to go do something and I have to tell him. Like a lot of times it's around lunchtime.
Oh.
And so I'll be like, okay, lunch is here and he'll put it away and he doesn't get back on it.
Oh.
And I'm like, I can tell he's having a lot of fun with
Yeah.
what he's doing, but
He goes all over the place on that thing and
Never-
looks at stuff and
never seen him play.
goes underwater and he builds things and
He also
Which
doesn't like
is-
watching. He doesn't like people watching him necessarily. So
Yeah. Well,
he'll
I try
stop
not-
drawing sometimes if you come
Yeah.
up and watch
So I
him.
try not to watch him when he's playing Minecraft because I
There
don't want
needs
him
to be a way that we can record that though, at least.
I mean, you can screen record his
Yeah.
screen, but you'd have to take it
Yeah.
from him and
Yeah.
record it. But
We probably have Minecraft people on here, and so tell us how to fix this.
that's funny because when he was younger and you even glanced or
Yeah.
side-eyed his drawings on the computer or
Oh yeah, erase.
yeah, he'd erase it
Yep.
in like a split second,
Yeah.
whatever he was doing.
And because
He
you're
didn't
like,
save anything.
oh Trent, that's really, and it's gone.
Or if he even caught you
Yeah.
peeking.
Yeah.
You didn't
Which
have to
is
say
pretty. I
anything.
mean, it's still kind of the case on his iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's interesting now that like he's more okay with people watching him draw, but he's not okay with don't watch me play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Or watch me draw on my iPad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's also really funny that he'll only draw in Sharpie and pen things that last don't come off.
Yeah.
But then he likes
It
the
erases
iPad.
erases.
That,
so quickly on. Yeah.
yeah, he erases it and he's like gone from memory, gone from everything.
But then
You can
that
never.
then that 1960s Mac computer he has in his room has hundreds of animals that he's
Oh.
drawn.
And he saves
it.
them of his own,
Yeah, he does it
His-
himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
so people don't necessarily know they're there
Yeah.
unless they get on his.
We should get on there sometime and get some like videotape or pictures of it or something.
It's so
Really
pixelated.
I know, but it's weird how he does it because he blows it up really big and you can't tell
And he
what, and
makes,
he
like,
just
little
does these little
teeny-
things, and then he zoop, he shrinks it down, and it's
You
and you're
remember that
oh
like
my goodness,
farmer and his animals
Yeah.
that he drew?
yeah,
Farmer with a pitchfork with like a bunch of animals around him. And he drew it. Yeah, he blew it up, drew it, and then it was really tiny on
Yep.
the paper.
yep.
It's funny. Anyway.
There's
Okay.
some funny things in there.
Well, there's Trent's activities, both prompted and unprompted. So you kind of hear what Trent does in his free time and what he likes to do.
What it's like to live with Trent. That's
no.
a tiny little.
Yeah.
We didn't
These are
really
the fun
get
things
into
that he does in his
Yeah,
leisure.
yeah. There you go.
There's a lot of other things that
a
he
lot of other
does.
things.
Um,
Not so fun.
Yeah, yeah. But those are some of the fun things he does. And that's the end of today's episode. Make sure to check out our. You got another one?
No, it's like you're just good. Like we're not getting any extra conversation in here. I'm just gonna cut it off.
I think we got
That's
a lot
the
of.
end of today's
I think we got a lot of extra content in there. This is supposed to be about Trent hobbies, and the first 15 minutes was not about Trent's hobbies.
No.
But it's
We're
all good.
giving examples,
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about ourselves.
We got it. People got to know. Inquiring minds want to know, Easton. You don't
Well.
understand that because you're too young.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
There's a
So-
magazine called The Inquirer. That's what their slogan.
Well, way to
Inquiring
age
minds
yourself,
want to know.
Dad.
So, like I was trying to do earlier, thank you so much for listening. If you would like to support Trent and have more content, or we have more podcasts, extra videos, more request drawings, all of that is on his Patreon. You also get exclusive coloring books and exclusive pictures and merch and all of that kind of stuff. So if you want to be a part of that, you can sign up on our Patreon. It's just Patreon Drawings by Trent. And then go to our website where you can buy all of his merch, and then make sure we're on tour now. We still got a few cities left.
Oh yeah, this
so
comes out.
yep,
Yeah.
when this comes out, there's still going to be a few cities left. So if you are interested and you live on the West Coast and want to come see Trent, make sure to check our tour dates. And then if you're listening to this way later, we might have new tour dates because we hope to be continuing to do these later on. So just check our website on our events page to see if we're coming near you. All right, that's it. And thank you so much for listening. This has been a new episode of Used Up Pins. Thank you so much for listening. New episodes drop every other Wednesday. Make sure to check out our Patreon where we have exclusive merch, exclusive items and Trent drawings, a bunch more content, as well as ad-free episodes, and then also a couple extra podcasts. If you like listening to our podcast, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure to rate and review us, whether that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening to podcasts. And then lastly, make sure to check out our store for all of Trent's art and a bunch of other merch that all has Trent's art on it. So thank you so much for supporting the Trent family, the Landreth and Moore family, and see you next time.